Hi everybody, here is a tutorial on how to create Rasheed Wallace for Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and also I believe this works for PS4, Xbox One, and the PC version as well. You can see the base that I use based on the players that are on the left and right and above him, so definitely take note of that. Reason I created Rasheed Wallace is because he is missing once again from the default game, and which is unfortunate because the 0304 Pistons and the 99 2000 Trailblazers look empty without him, and of course they're not accurate and not as fun to use. Um, and if you haven't already, I did also release a video on how to create Charles Barkley. This Rasheed Wallace, I think, came out really good overall. He even looks better in game than he does in the edit player screen, which is usually the opposite of the way it works. I think I did a good job getting his facial hair right, his nose shape, the width of it, also the depth. I think his eyes look really good, and you'll see that in game as well. And I like the hair that I chose to go above, obviously the headband and whatnot. A couple people have been asking for the Sheed on Twitter because I released a screenshot, and I will show a screenshot at the end of this video as well from in game, so you can kind of see how he looks in game. Obviously, no, we can't give him the the white spot on his head that he had in real life. But otherwise, we actually, with the new tattoo system, we can give him tattoos that look incredibly similar to what he has in real life. And the thing is, when I go through the tattoos, I wasn't obviously able to get them exactly to what he has in real life, but I got him pretty close, and I think it looks really good. And that's just using the game's default tattoo assets. As far as the in-game screen at the end of this video, what you're going to see actually is him without the tattoos, and that's because I added them after I had taken that screenshot, and I wanted to get this video out as soon as possible. So I, bypassed taking another screenshot after, but you'll still get an idea of how good the face looks and how much it looks like Sheed. Uh, Also, another thing that we're going to have to go over is how off the bodies look if you use basketball reference weight. So you're going to have to play with this in order to make him look right in game. It's more important that he looks right in game than his weight to be accurate in his edit player and in his bio, and you'll see why in a second. He's listed on here. Excuse me. He's listed on Basketball Reference as 6'10", I believe 225 pounds. You would not believe how 225 pounds looks in this game on a 6'10 frame. He looks incredibly skinny. It honestly ruins him, his likeness. So what you can do in order to make Rasheed Wallace look right, not only in edit player but also in the game, is make his weight around 260 or 265. So I'm going to show you that actually in a second. And also, my tattoo choices, I think they look really good compared to what he has in real life. If you want to use a different one and make it your own or whatnot to try to make it even a little bit more accurate, definitely do so. And I chose skin 6, and that makes the most sense. So here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into the tattoo section here. Excuse me, the body section. So watch how he looks. So see, he looks really good from the side. Um, like I said, it's important that he looks from the front. He looks good from the front and the side. So this is what he looks like at 260. He looks pretty good. That's a good body for Rasheed Wallace. Watch what he looks like when you put it to 225. Absolutely terrible. That looks absolutely nothing like. He's too thin. His arms are too thin. His waist is too thin, etc. So I would put him around 260 or 265. Now I'm going to exit this Rasheed Wallace and look at the one that I put the 2 tattoos on because I was just, excuse me, the 3 tattoos on in order to show you that. So here's the tattoos. I accidentally went in accessories here. Here are the tattoos that I used to emulate what he had in real life. Grabbing a basketball, which is the right there on the top left, or I should say top center of his right shoulder, and then lion too, right underneath it. This is a great feature. I feel like we should have had this in the game for years. The ability to add tattoos, and then that on his left arm. And it's called Roll of Time. So then I'm going to get into his signatures as well. So he plays the correct way. So I got to go back to the other Rasheed Wallace, unfortunately. Again, I just imported his the face that I made over Ben Wallace just so I could get the right signatures. Anthony Davis is a base. You got to make sure that when you're importing his DNA, his face over a player, because that's what you're going to want to do to make it so they don't say his nickname. Like you don't want him to say the Beast in the game and all of that stuff. You want to make sure that you overwrite a power forward or a center in order to have the option to give him Anthony Davis's base, and that's incredibly vital, or it's not going to work. If you try to overwrite, if you try to import for the heck of it Rasheed Wallace over Chauncey Billups, because Chauncey Billups is a point guard, you don't have Anthony Davis's base as an option. And these are just the dunk packages for Sheed. And again, for ratings, same thing with Barkley. Like I said, you can do the ratings the way that you want them to be done, badges, all of that stuff. But what I wanted to give you was the face, the tattoos, and then also the signatures. And of course, the last dunk package that I gave him is the fist pump rim pulls, which you can totally see him doing in real life. So again, I may not go nuts with all of these creations. I may do a few more of the missing players, or I may get really into it and start trying to fill the classic teams because it is fun creating the faces. I'm not gonna lie, but it all depends on time. I'm on PC about 99% of the time with 2K, so I'm helping out on an NBA 2K19 retro roster and doing my own other projects. So it all depends on how into this I can get. Again, I'm making this Rasheed Wallace on the Xbox Series X, which I just got this week. And like I said, right at the end of this video, I'm going to show you a screenshot of how he looks in game, so you can kind of get the full picture, because you've seen him here from the front, the side, and now you can see him in game. Again, that looks a lot like Sheed right there, especially too, as far as like the angry look. All right, so here's a shot in game. Again, the likeness, I believe, is really good. No missing tats there, just because I hadn't put them on yet, but you get an idea with the face. So thanks for tuning in, and hopefully you like this Sheed.